View of the Business English course. Today we're going to be looking at the third unit, having a little insight into social English and how that can be used in the business place. Here's a brief outline of what we'll be discussing in today's session. We'll start off talking a bit about the Direct English International Language Centre in Kuala Lumpur. Then we'll look at the parent group Linguaphone and Direct English UK and learn a bit about their history. Then we'll discuss the Business English course in a bit more detail, tell you a bit about the kind of things you receive when you sign up and the kind of topics we're going to cover. Then we'll have a look at both the promotion that we're currently running for the course, and we'll have our sample lesson on the social English topic. We'll run through a couple of media and questions from the course material, and then we'll close with a question and answer session. So what can we say about the Direct English International Language Centre? Well, we're based in Kuala Lumpur. We're not far from the Masjid Jamek LRT station, if you know where that is. And we're one of the leading international language centres in Malaysia. We seek to inspire and empower English learners through the provision of high quality programs. And we have a few dozen teachers and trainers on board who are experienced and friendly, and they're ready to help educate you around your regular working schedule. Got a couple more shots of the interior of our building here. You can see the reception area, some of the classrooms, and some of the workshop rooms. You can also see our casual study area with the computers lining the outside, and reference materials just on the shelf back there. Now, the DEILC is an authorized test center for LinguaSkill, which was created by Cambridge Assessment English. Now, this is a modular assessment method that provides a fast and accurate way to assess language skills. And it's part of the University of Cambridge, globally recognized by more than 20,000 leading universities and used by governments and employers around the world to assess language skills. The DEILC is also a member of the National Association of Private Educational Institutions in Malaysia. And this body seeks to promote private education institutions and raise Malaysia's profile as a center of educational excellence around the region and around the world. Now, the DEILC offers a wide range of courses. We also do short courses and language workshops, all using materials provided by our parent group, Linguaphone and Direct English UK. And our two core products are the Business English, which is what we're talking about today. This program is tailored more for working professionals seeking to further their use of English in the workplace. And we also run a general English course, which is useful for students and adults just looking to improve their English proficiency and confidence generally. Okay, a bit about our parent group now then. Now, the Linguaphone group has over 100 years of language and training experience and is recognized as a leading global language trading provider. It's got an impressive network of licensed partners and distributors delivering some of the best English language programs. And the product Direct English was developed by them in the 90s, and that has been tailored especially for adults with a training methodology aiming to promote a human connection and the idea that communication is the key cornerstone of learning a language, and to focus on a learner-centric experience to make learning a language more enjoyable. I just have a quick overview of where they're present. Direct English is currently operating across 22 different countries around the world with 90 live centers, including our center in Kuala Lumpur. You can see a couple of names here. And just a map illustrating that. As you can see, there's a strong presence right through Europe, the Middle East, and right across Asia. All of these centers help over 100,000 learners complete courses every year. So, yeah, good hands. Okay, just a bit about our product and who we've helped raise their English proficiency. Now, Direct English is proud to have been the English language training provider of choice for the following companies. Some quite well-known companies here. You probably recognize Microsoft, got General Electric, EY, IBM, Maersk, and Hewlett Packard. Maybe you've had direct dealings with some of these companies, maybe even worked for them. And here's an illustration of some of the other companies that have benefited from our training courses and workshops at the DEILC over the years. Okay, now we'll have a quick overview of the Business English course before moving on to our main topic of the webinar. Now, the Business English course was tailored specifically professionals and working adults who wish to brush up on their English communication skills. We aim to build confidence among professionals and working adults to help them carrying out their regular business functions in the workplace and around the corporate world. When you sign up for the course, you'll receive this learning pack, and this consists of the course book, the workbook. We've got audio CDs and video CDs, all kinds of material, and it will be supported by the Direct English Interactive online material as well, which will come in very handy because you can access it anywhere you have an internet connection. So why choose the Business English course? Well, it's a highly flexible course. We aim to teach you around your working schedule so that you don't have to take time off to sit for anything. We'll cover aspects of social English along the way as well, particularly in today's topic of the webinar. But that's something that's highly desirable for learners because it's something that is quite a broad topic to cover. We'll provide learners with an avenue to engage in clear communication, whether that be spoken or written. And we'll also provide learners with a clear sense of purpose. You'll feel motivated and more confident with every lesson, which builds on previous topics in order to boost your confidence across reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills. Okay, when you complete the course, you'll receive this lovely certificate from Direct English UK, and this will indicate your commitment to self-improvement to others and something that you can cherish along with your learning materials, of course, which you get to keep, which are very useful reference materials for the future. Okay, here's a quick overview of the topics covered by the Business English course. Got two different topics on telephoning, which cover various aspects of conversations you might have over the phone, calling customers, dealing with complaints, negotiating with partners, arranging meetings, that kind of thing. And even though there's a lot of speaking and listening, you'll also have some reading and writing in it as well, as you tend to follow up calls with emails and writing reports based on phone conversations, things like that. Then the next unit is teamworking, how to assemble a team of workers working together towards a common purpose, assigning tasks, keeping the team on track, and making sure that you arrive at your intended goal and how you can review that. Then we have this unit on social English, which, like I said, it's a very broad topic, can take in almost anything. Maybe something that you might use if you are dealing with clients frequently, or if you find yourself networking at an industry event or a conference. It's something that helps keep conversations alive, steer topics of conversation certain directions, and we'll look a bit more about that in a minute. The next unit is on presentations and improving your delivery of presentations, as well as the written part of a presentation, which is useful when you're pitching to your managers internally, or maybe you have to make a presentation to customers and clients. We've got a module on customer care. Again, you'll be dealing with different aspects of customer care in that. Reading, writing, listening, and speaking, all very important skills. A unit on negotiating, taking in how to use language effectively when you're trying to get your way, whether you're trying to negotiate hardball, as they say, whether you're trying to softly negotiate with a trusted partner. There's all kinds of different things to bear in mind looking at that unit. And then the last 2 units, managing change and writing reports. Again, quite a few different ways of using language in order to get your message across, especially managing change, tricky topic. Okay, moving on. Now we have a quick overview of the intake dates of our Business English course. We're starting the course on the 7th of September. So there'll be 2-hour sessions twice a week for 8 weeks. Or if you are learning on the weekend, you'll get 1 4-hour session on a Saturday. So it's either 4 hours on the weekend or 2 2-hour sessions during the week on the evenings, and that will cover the entire course content. So if you sign up now for the September intake, you'll receive a free English level assessment. This is something that we'll send out to you when you have signed up. This is a no strings, no obligation test which we're doing. And once you've completed the assessment, we should be emailing out the results to you within about 24 hours. And you sign up here, we're doing a third off our course prices currently. If you subscribe before the end of August using the discount code DEILC.org, then you can receive this discount. If you scan the QR code on this slide, then it will connect you with our WhatsApp sales channel, or you can contact us via our Facebook page and they'll be able to help you set this up. Now, I'll be coming back to cover these promotion materials again towards the end, so don't worry if you can't get the details right now. Okay, let's move on now to our social English unit. That we're going to be looking at the first topic of the unit, which is out for dinner. So this, we're going to watch a brief video, and it's going to provide us a window into a conversation between 3 different business associates in a restaurant. They're from different offices in different countries, and they're engaging in small talk away from their office setting. So see if you can pick up the various themes that the conversation takes, what they talk about, and we'll be answering questions in a minute. Now, don't worry if you can't remember everything they say. We'll go through that one together. Let me just switch over now, using the magic of technology, to the video, which should play with sound.
So, Anna, what do people in Germany think of the euro? I mean, is it fully accepted now?
Yes, at least the business community seems enthusiastic about it, but some ordinary people are not so sure.
And Joachim, how do you feel about it?
On balance, we see it as a good thing. But I think the USA still feels reluctant about accepting it.
And you do lots of business there, I suppose.
Right. The USA is a very important market for us.
Yeah, I guess so.
And Joachim, what do you do when you're not in the office?
I'm a big football fanatic, I'm afraid. Did you see the Brazil and Scotland game last week? That last-minute goal was incredible. I mean, to think that they could score from that position, you'd never...
Joachim, I'm afraid I don't really know very much about football. I'm more of a cricket fan, but only a few English and Australians seem to understand it.
I'm afraid I don't know much about it.
Nobody does. Anna, you're very quiet.
I'm rather tired, sorry.
Yes, it's been a very long, hard day, hasn't it?
And I only came in from Hamburg, Joachim. I don't know how you're staying awake.
Actually, I flew in from Rio last month. I've been visiting partner offices in Europe.
So you've actually had some real experience using the euro.
Yes.
Yeah, getting back to the euro, Joachim, did it strike you as strange that when you arrived in this country you left the euro behind? I mean, do you think Britain should join?
That's up to you in Britain. I don't think it'll make much of a difference to us in Brazil.
Well, perhaps not, but if Brazil beats Scotland, then everybody at home celebrates, don't they?
Absolutely. We work hard and we play hard. But football is the most important thing. Except our families, of course.
And luckily, entire families are obsessed with it, like mine with baseball. Although they miss it now we're living in Germany.
Yeah. The other thing about football is that even if, like me, you don't know anything about it, the passion can be really infectious. infectious. I mean, I've seen a couple of big games and it's really something.
Yes, we love having parties for big games, if we can't get tickets, that is.
When either of you come to Brazil, I shall take you to the big stadium in São Paulo.
Oh, thanks. That'd be great. Of course, you'll have to explain all the finer points, Joachim.
Don't worry. It's not like cricket.
Speaking of invitations, Anna, how long are you going to be here?
Oh, I'm headed back after the late meeting tomorrow.
Oh. And Joachim, will you be here over the weekend?
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm taking the family sailing. Would you like to join us?
Well, that sounds great. Yes, let's fix it up tomorrow.
Yeah. Anna, maybe next time, eh?
That would be lovely.
Okay. These. So, quite a bit to take in there. And yeah, there's finding people in social business situations people can find it daunting even in their own language. Everyone wants to form positive relationships from these situations and is eager to find a common ground for the conversation. Maybe you found that in the conversation just now. There was a bit of back and forth between a few topics, but they seem to keep repeating the same topics as well. So there's no fixed pattern for social interaction, and there's no harm in doing some preparation before you meet. Finding out about current affairs in countries, the people that you're going to see, and knowing something about their culture and customs won't hurt, but also be aware of any taboo or contentious topics of conversation. Now, these are the little information windows that you find scattered throughout the coursebook. I think they're great and provide a bit more context and insight into the topics. Now, this is something else that's in the coursebook. It's the transcript of the video. If you found it hard to follow what they were saying, it'd be useful to read through this as they were speaking. As you can see, they went through quite a lot. And of course, when you're doing the questions, it's useful to have this around as well. Something you can refer back to. And I try and use it as best I can when we're going through the questions now. This is something obviously we would do in a group normally. It wouldn't be something I'd just be telling you through Zoom in a class setting. So it's a bit unusual doing it without the back and forth and being able to ask opinions and things, and for you to be able to come up with your own answers to some of the questions, get creative, but we'll do as best we can with the time we have. Okay, so the first question is very straightforward. They're just asking you to list some of the main topics of conversation they had during their little meeting there, during the video. Now, the first one they talked about right at the beginning was the euro currency and how that was affecting people in Germany, how they felt about it. The next topic of conversation was football and I guess sports as well. They talked quite a bit about baseball and cricket and sailing as well. Football seems to come up quite a few times though with our friend Joachim. He seemed to be quite passionate about football. And what they were doing at the weekend as well. That was another small topic at the end of their conversation just before the video ended. Okay, moving on. So answering these questions, if you can just have a quick look through the list. Again, it's hard to do without the transcript. How did they feel about, how do people in Germany view the euro, was something that Anna was asked. This is a little bit of the conversation that they're referring to. Now, Anna says that the business community seems enthusiastic about it, but ordinary people are not so sure. Okay, so the second question, they were asking, where does Joachim do a lot of business? I think they inferred this rather than explicitly stated it. Here, Anna asks that, or asks Joachim if he does a lot of business in the US when they're talking about it, and Joachim confirms that's right. It's a very important market for him. And I guess we can guess this one. What's Joachim's favorite pastime? Mentioned it a few times. Based on his conversation, he likes to say that he is a big football fanatic. He enjoys watching football anyway. He obviously watched the Brazil-Scotland game last week, and he was really excited to talk about it as well. I think Nick and Anna maybe not so much, but I think if Joachim wanted, he probably could have talked for the rest of the video about that one. So point 4, why doesn't Anna join in the conversation much? that's a tricky one to pick up, but she does mention at one point that she's feeling rather tired, and she's been having quite a long day. So poor her, having to listen to two men talking about sports, I guess, non-stop. So what does Anna say about her family? She does mention them briefly there. Again, talking about sports. She says that they're obsessed with baseball and they miss it now that they live in Germany. Joachim makes a very kind offer to Nick or Anna if they travel to Brazil. He's so passionate about football, he'd like to teach them a bit more about it, and he offers to take them to the big stadium in Sao Paulo, presumably to watch a football match. And yeah, what a lovely offer. And the final question asks, who's going sailing on the weekend? Hope you picked up that one. Nick invites everyone, Anna and Joachim, to go with him sailing with his family. Just to round off the video conversation there. Okay, the third question, they say, without watching the video again, try to think about all the conversations that Nick asked during the video. And if it's a question that he asked, we'll put a tick beside it. So did he ask what people in Germany thought of the Euro? I think that was one of the first things he asked, wasn't it? The second one, did he ask Anna why she didn't understand cricket? I don't think that was one of them. He didn't ask anybody why they like football so much. That didn't come up either. Did he ask, would you like to join us? Now, again, at the end, when they were discussing their plans for the weekend, and he mentioned that he was going sailing, he did offer Anna and Joachim the chance to join him sailing. So that one, I think, gets a tick. Did he ask, what do you do when you're not in the office? I'm not sure he did ask that. I guess we'll find out when I press the button in a second. Did he ask why Anna was so quiet? I think he did. That was where we found out that Anna was feeling tired. Oh. And yeah, did he ask if Britain should join the Euro? That was something he did ask, I remember. Did he ask if how long people were going to be here and what they were doing over the weekend? Yep, I think on both counts he did ask both of those things. Yeah, so Nick did ask a lot of questions. That's one way of driving social interactions with people, is to keep asking them questions and giving them prompts to answer you back. It can steer the conversation the way you want it if you're the one asking the questions, and gives you an opportunity to offer people to expand on something they mention. So I'm sure if they were interested in hearing more about football, maybe they would have asked Joachim some questions, or perhaps if they were really talking about quite a businessy topic for a social occasion, maybe they could have spoken more about current affairs and the Euro in Britain. Okay, looking at all the questions listed here, which of the questions do you think are making plans or inviting people? Have a quick look through and see if you can associate these. Okay, hope you spotted a few. Questions 4, 8, and 9 seem to be making plans or inviting people to join. So would you like to join us? How long are you going to be here? Where will you be over the weekend? All of these are questions for making plans with people. How about which of the questions 1 to 9 showing an interest in current issues? Okay, questions 1 and 7. What do people think of the Euro, and should Britain be joining the Euro? These are quite interested in current affairs. Then finally, finding out a bit more about Anna and Joachim. Then just a couple more here. We've got everything else really. Okay, this would be another good topic for a group conversation. Are any of the questions in the list inappropriate or impolite? And could you explain why? Now, when we're looking at questions, we don't want to be offensive or too direct when we're asking the questions. We don't want to put people on the spot or feel that, you know, we're putting them in an uncomfortable situation. So actually questions 2 and 6, both of them directed at Anna, seemed to be the kind of questions that would make her quite uncomfortable, demanding why she doesn't understand cricket, or asking her why she's so quiet. If someone's feeling tired, then obviously they don't need it to be brought up in front of them. I think that would be a bit inappropriate, maybe a bit impolite. Okay, short answers in English help build rapport in social situations, and it's a useful way of expressing a similar interest or feeling. So looking at Nick here, saying that he's a football fanatic, what possible answers could you put in some of the speech bubbles to agree with him? Just quickly move along here, because I'm told we're running out of time. So these are all examples of short answers that would help you build a rapport with Yao Kim. So am I, really, me too? Oh, I love football too. All good answers that would make him feel better about the point and maybe elaborate a bit more. However, during the video, how does Nick respond to Yao Kim when he says he's a football fanatic? Nick states he doesn't know much about football, and the topic moves on to something else. And what's the purpose of Yao Kim's words, I'm afraid, in his response? He's not literally saying he's afraid. What he's kind of doing, that he's softening the response, kind of apologizing for his enthusiasm, making it seem more friendly as well, which is what we want in social English. Okay, so as we've seen from this, we use an integrated approach to language when we cover topics in the Business English course. We look at speaking and listening skills, reading and writing skills when we are going through our topics of presentation. We like to build up all 4 in tandem so that the skills are developed alongside each other, helping build up the confidence and the proficiency of the learner. Just a couple more topics here associated with reading and writing. Okay, back onto the promotion materials. Again, as we said earlier, during the September intake, we'll be sending out a link for a free English level assessment. And if you can complete this and send it back to us, then we'll send out the results in about 24 hours to gauge your English level assessment using this Cambridge system, which we mentioned earlier. And again, we have details of our promotion for the September intake of the Business English course. If you sign up before the end of August using the discount code DEILC.org, then you'll receive this 1/3 off the course fees. And if you scan the QR code here, you'll be put in contact with our WhatsApp sales channel, or you can visit our Facebook group and they will help you on your way with more information. Okay, you can join us for our preview of the English for Human Resources course on Tuesday, I believe, at the different time of 5 p.m. Trying that one out. And the topic will be another new course, which will be very specialized use of language in human resources. And now we'd like to open up to some questions and answers. We've had a few through on the chat I can see, which I'll be getting to now. If you have any other questions you'd like to ask, you can message our Facebook group, or you can get in touch with them. Okay, so we've been asked, how long is the Business English course? I think we looked at it briefly in the overview of the sessions. There are 2 ways of doing it. You can have 2 2-hour sessions on weekday evenings, or it can be arranged so that you have a single 4-hour session on a Saturday. And these will both run for 8 weeks, 2 months. And there's a total of 32 hours of content in both of them. Looking through. Okay, the materials, if you sign up today, the materials will be couriered out to you. You can collect them that way. Okay, what other courses do we offer? We offer a range of IELTS preparation courses, English for marketing, English for human resources. We do conversational classes and workshops. We have the general English course as well. For more information about other courses that are run by the DEILC, you can contact our Facebook page. What book are we using? We are using the Direct English book provided by Direct English UK, our parent company. Do you charge registration fees? Normally there's a registration fee of 100 ringgit, but if you sign up during this promotion period, I believe that's being waived as well, so you can further benefit from our promotion at this time. Okay, are there any other questions? Don't seem to have any. Okay, so maybe just I'll return you to this slide so that you can take down any of the information you want, and leave this up as I sign off. Just like to say thank you everyone for joining us this afternoon. I know it's quite a brief window into the topic of social English, and there's certainly a lot more in the book to cover. To skip over a couple of questions, I think you may have noticed there. I went from question 3 to 6, and yeah, look forward to seeing you all again soon. Maybe you'll be joining us next week for the next session, or see you on Tuesday for the product preview, looking at English for human resources. I hope you all have a very good weekend. Enjoy the holiday on Monday if you're in Malaysia. And yeah, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Take care.